having some financial hardships across the country. That being said, is right now the right time for Congress to be prioritizing $1 billion for security apparatus in the White House, including $220 million for the East Wing ballroom, given the fact that President Trump had said it would be paid for by private donation?
Yeah, I think that's a gross misstatement of what's going on here. In the bill, and by the way, it's in a draft form right now, as you know, the second reconciliation bill. Sadly, we have to fund immigration enforcement and border on our own as a Republican Party, because remember, Democrats want to give $0 to it. The Secret Service put in an urgent request for additional security measures. It's not for the ballroom, it's for security measures. Now, we don't know what the final bill is going to be that we get. They got to go through 3 more steps. They're going through the bird bath, the parliamentarian review of the bill. They got to go through 2 markups in committees, and then ultimately action on the House floor. So we're not going to prejudge that product. We're waiting for it to come from the Senate. But I will say this: that in one section of the bill, it addresses security measures. It's very specifically defined on what those security requests are from the Secret Service. And I will say this: for many of you that were in the ballroom just a few weeks ago and sat through and observed the 3rd failed assassination attempt of a president just in a short number of years here, there's an urgent need for increased security measures. I mean, that is an objective fact, and it should be something that's bipartisan. The ballroom is totally privately funded. The president has dedicated like $400 million for that project, and by the way, it's going to be a donation to the country. You're aware the ballroom will be there long after he leaves, and he'll only get a few months of its use. So he's doing it for the country, but it's what's beneath the ballroom that is, in my view, far more important. And we've needed some of these security measures for a long time, and that's what this is all about. So there's a false narrative out there about it. I'm not going to prejudge the product we get from the Senate, but I certainly understand what the Secret Service's requests are. They have an almost impossible job right now, and they need that extra funding. Yes, sir.
Just to build off that question, I mean, the Trump administration has repeatedly argued that the ballroom itself is part of the security apparatus. So should the final bill explicitly rule out funding for the ballroom itself? I mean, do you think that would smooth over some of what you say is this false narrative that's developing?
Look, again, I don't have the pen in the Senate. They're writing the bill. We'll see what we get. But I think the president has been abundantly clear. He is excited about building a ballroom with private funding, not taxpayer funding. But the Secret Service says that as we enhance the White House grounds and the modernization there, that obviously we have to think differently about security. We live in a very dangerous time, and there are new and increasing threats that we have never faced before. And so Congress has a role in funding that, and we'll have to see how it all works out.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.